G'day folks, welcome back to the channel for episode number 11 of our dual-wielding Acid Dervish playthrough. And today we're starting Elite, so let's get into it. Now in Elite there are, or in normal Act 1 there are 7 devotion shrines, and in Elite Act 1 there are 8. So we will be collecting all of those in addition to just doing Act 1 things. So as in normal, you're basically doing the same thing. I don't know why I thought that devotion shrine, or that, what is it called? That lore note would be there. I've already got it in normal difficulty. But basically, Elite Act 1 is kind of deceptive, if that makes sense. So because you are incredibly more powerful than you were when you did it the first time, it's kind of a joke in that it seems really easy, but then all of a sudden you're just dead out of nowhere because you do have a penalty to your resistances. You do have more difficult enemies, so these guys with their big wind-up attack are much more prevalent. There's also, as you saw there, they have crowd control is a lot more dangerous, or at least more common. So do kind of be a little more careful than you think you need to be, especially if you're playing on hardcore. Coming into Elite, you'll notice our poison is no longer capped. This entire top row gets minus 25% just for existing in Elite. So if your resistances are not capped in normal, then they're not going to be capped in Elite, and they're going to be even worse. So we do all the same quests. There's no new quests in Elite. And so we can move relatively quickly through here. But just be aware that even though you feel like a god in Elite Act 1, you are not. You absolutely can die. And there are definitely some things to avoid. So I will be avoiding everyone's favorite ancient Aether Warp totem in the Warden's lab area. I'm just not going to mess with it. It's not worth it. This character definitely feels squishy, even though I know, logically, I know that I have enough HP to survive almost anything, and I have a lot of lifesteal, so I know that I should basically be unkillable, except for allowing a whole bunch of things to stack up. But watching my health bar yo-yo occasionally is quite concerning at times, shall we say. So Kaizog's down. The Devotion Shrine in here is available again. In Elite, they do start getting more expensive, so you will have to... I don't think this one... I think this is just an Aether Shard. But you will have to do some crafting for some of these shrines, because they will want crafted components. Like I know in the early Act 2 there's one that wants a Vengeful Wraith. And there's a few others, so I can't recall off the top of my head exactly what they want. But just know that they start getting more expensive and more annoying, because you'll find it'll tell you what it wants and you'll have to go back to town instead of just being able to click the give me the button, or give me the points button. Right. Rumor is done. You can go away. We were working on the rat, so there's a bit of flat poison damage and percent poison damage. Yeah, good. Had this feeling I was sitting on another devotion point. So, as I was saying, all the same quests. Pharos the Rotted here we have to kill again. I'm just going to use Ascension to basically zero out all of his poison and then run away. Early Act 1, you definitely feel quite strong coming in here. As I said though, just be aware that they are, for example, a Tide Hunter. There's no Tide Hunters in normal here. It just doesn't happen. So just be aware that the enemies are harder. They will hit you harder. Your resistances have been nerfed just for coming here, and just, you know, play it safe until you get used to it. All this talk about playing it safe, I'm about to pop a totem, I think. Yep. Totems are one of those things that you either love them or you hate them. I lost a few characters early on when I was still learning the game to totems, and so I didn't touch them for a very long time. They are an incredible source of loot. They're actually my preferred method of getting gear for my characters. Once you hit Ultimate and you have level 94, you can just farm totems until your endgame build is done. And yeah, they're really good for loot. Right, so the White Mire Rift we'll have to fight for. It's basically the same as normal. Just more difficult. More monsters, more health, more damage. And especially with the resistance penalty here. It's not so much that you need to know what you're doing, but by this point in the game you will have to have a good build, or there's a decent chance that you will die. Pretty much any build can do normal. Most builds will be able to do elite, and once you get to ultimate you will either have a good build or you will die. I think I've already saved some necklaces. Let's just go double check that. It would be really nice to not have to not have to go kill a whole bunch of Slith to get the necklaces. Let's just get rid of all of this. And buy back that component. Okay, so we're into the prison. We already rescued Faldus. We're gonna go rescue Milton's helmet. Sorry about Milton. And let's have a look if I manage to save. Okay, I only saved 2. Yeah, I've only got 2. Okay, well, 2 is better than having to find 3. So we just need 1 more. And I probably said this back during the normal part of the playthrough. You can just farm all 9 of them in normal, and then you never have to do it again. I generally just get whatever I do in normal, and then if I have to farm more in elite, it's not a big deal. You're going to be killing Slith anyway. And I just picked up my 3rd and 4th just then. I do actually want the ring now, so let's go get it. This ring is a big part of all of my playthroughs. It's, I mean, in normal, 12% to poison, acid, vitality, all 3 elementals. And that alone is enough to make this a good ring to use all the way through. And I'm actually too low level to use the elite version right now, which is unfortunate, but I might even take the Ring of Eternal Rot off and put this on instead, just because the Ring of Eternal Rot has no resistances at all. And we're not capped on... oh, we're capped on vitality. Okay, I didn't expect that. I was going to say we're not capped on any of the resistances that ring offers, but that's not true. Is this the rover one? I think this is the rover one. This is not the rover one. Okay, we don't need to be in here. This is the other half of the cabin with a devotion shrine in it. Okay, so this is not my usual routing, my usual pathing. But this is the cave that I want. So in here is the second shrine, which we will be taking now. Let's actually have a look at the elite slith tongue. Don't think it'll be worth using, but can have a look. As soon as we can stop killing things, I'll have a look. Alright, here we go. So Slith Tongue requires level 50, and it's not even as good as the two level 40 weapons I have. So definitely not going to use that. I do remember when that was actually a really good weapon. Or maybe it was just when I thought it was a really good weapon, and it's always been kind of meh. Okay, there's another part of the Perdition set. As I said, if you're doing retaliation, it's really good. One more point in the rat, so poison res, some stats, not bad. That's definitely good. Let's have a look at this. Would be an armor downgrade. Would be a resistance downgrade. That chest piece we're wearing is actually a triple rare. Not particularly amazing one, but 2 rare affixes is pretty uncommon. That's quite a large boost to armor, but we're not going to use it. I'm going to put that on there before I forget. And we have some skill points to spend, which I think we're going to take. We're not going to take Eye of Reckoning. Kind of tempted to put another point in either armor or Shadow Dance here. But Lethal Assault was maxed already. Okay, we're maxing that out. Not that I tend to use it anyway, but I definitely should. Alright. So, onward and upwards. Let's continue with Act 1. I will have to backtrack a little bit here because I missed the zombies. Did we convert that to poison damage? I think it's still cold. Anyway. Eighth crystals are always good. Negan is the guy we're here for. Alright, that's him done. Let's go find his other friend. Not that way, he is down here. I just saw lightning and jumped on that. That's not what we're here for. Here he is. So again, making sure to use Ascension whenever there's a boss. You may as well use it. If you're saving it for an emergency or whatever, you just never use it, so... As soon as you see a star or a skull on the screen, just pop the button. Nothing bad will happen if you use it too much. And it lets you basically ignore dots as well, which is quite nice. Okay, there's his regen. And down he goes. So he didn't have his helmet. Not that we would use it anyway, but I don't know why, I have this thing in my head with Milton. I want his helmet. I guess I played a lot of soldier builds. Because that helmet is actually very nice for effectively any build that isn't using a helmet MI is going to want that helmet. Okay, so Charis is dead. Whatever that one's name was is dead, and Jarlax is dead. And all of that within the duration of Ascension. So, as I said, it's definitely worth using. I'm not going to skip heaps of trash this time, just because we are a little behind on levels. I would expect to be killing the Logorian 2 to 3 levels from now in most playthroughs, so we are a fair way in front. Just going to poke my head into this cave as well. One of these caves has some rovers that are being locked up, imprisoned, whatever. It's not this one. It's one of those caves that's not marked on your map. And this one was, so I don't know why I even came in here. But it's good for getting some reputation. Speaking of, just make sure we don't have any Honored yet. I think we'll probably get Homestead or Devil's Crossing Honored first. But that's fine. So we're basically going to do Elite Act 1, get all the devotion shrines and such, and then we will head back to normal Ashes of Malmo, and then we'll come back and do the rest of Elite. So just run through this cave relatively quickly. As I said, I do want to get some more XP. I think the best way to do that is to do quests though. And totems. Should definitely do totems as well. Okay, Thirsting More I'm pretty sure is a gun. Elixir of the Void though? That's the damage one. Okay, Thirsting More is an axe. I had thought it was a gun. The Elixir of the Void I was thinking was the Chaos Resist Potion, which is definitely one that I do use. The Chaos and the Aether one, usually the ones I use the most. Although pretty much all of them except for Vitality, I think, are pretty good. Vitality and Bleed, maybe. I guess they're all definitely good to have, because you never know when you might be coming up against a boss that does that type of damage and you're not capped for some reason. Or maybe you need to overcap because the boss will shred your resistances. So I guess they're all good to have, but I definitely use the Chaos and Aether ones the most, and then probably Poison after that. 45 for that ring, okay. Alrighty, that is another point. So the rat is now complete. Fortunately, didn't open the abomination. So next up, I think we take the spider actually. Where is that? It's attack speed, right? Offensive ability, casting speed. There's attack speed. Yeah, I think maybe the spider will get us the green we need, and then if we take the jackal again, or actually 1 point in red would get us to 8, which is what we need for the abomination. So probably the spider, and then alright, that's the end of him. I've managed to leave one of the items on the floor, and I don't think I care. What are we sitting on? 300,000. A lot of that's going to go away as soon as we start getting honored with the factions, because the, what are they, merits or writs? I think they're writs. They're like 90,000 bits each, and they're definitely worth getting. This is definitely the part of the game where the witch doctors and stuff, basically healers. Healers are a minor annoyance in normal. They're kind of annoying in Elite, and they are extremely frustrating in Ultimate. Okay, we don't need to kill what's his name down there for this build, so we will just move past all this. Talk to Angrim. There is no benefit one way or the other for taking Angrim or Duncan in Elite. So I just always take Angrim because it's less clicking. And you don't have to go back to talk to Duncan if you choose to side with Angrim. So I generally will. Let's see, yeah, we're going to have to go through the front. Which is not the end of the world, but it's definitely easier to go in the back door. Okay, let's see if our way is blocked. It is not good, so we get the easy path. Here's our shrine. Grab it and run. Go back and get the loot. And we go out through the door I wanted to come in. Okay. So we'll head into the Birch village to get the rift gate, which we will have to fight for. Also, this will take the spider now. Alright, and we'll do this. Turn the loot off. Ascension's got 3 seconds left, but this totem is mostly done. Okay, there we go. What do we get? Tempest of the Void, Caster Helmet, and a bunch of bits. Okay. Here's our cook. I'm going to send him back to town. And head into the village. You can see also the difference between Elite and Normal. There are a lot more of these special zombies. Okay, here we go, and As soon as these guys get out of the ground, I'm going to use Ascension. Just make the damage go away for long enough that I can kill them. And there they go. Alright, what do we get for loot? 2 blues. Neither of them are going to be any good. Arcanum Sigillus, or just Arcanum Sigil. Yeah, rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Take the cultist orders. I am going to kill Durrani. Just so I don't have to kill him later. It's just easier that way. I don't care about getting the key into the sanctum, whatever it's called. I should probably kill these. It's a big pack. I keep forgetting that I'm actually about probably 5 or 6 levels behind where I would normally be at this part of the game. Okay, actually got frozen there for a decent amount of that fight. See the health bar drop there. I think I went down to half. Yeah, resilience triggered, which means below 66. Okay. Yeah, not the end of the world. Okay, I'm gonna go back to town, turn everything in, kill Durrani, and sell a bunch of stuff. And all of this rubbish. All yours. Those pants. +2 to Presence of Virtue is nice. Bleeding and Pierce, that would cap out Pierce again, but it would lose us a lot of Elemental. We would lose a bit of health. Gain some Fizz Res. I'm gonna hang on to those. And the rest of this can go. Yep. Okay, first and second quest done for him. So thank you for the scraps. Thank you for the level. And I'm going to replace that ring. So resistances are all looking pretty good again, which is nice. And I think we'll just put the rest into bar here. Okay, let's go kill Durrani.
What do you want?
Oops. Clicked the wrong button. That's fine. So you can see while Ascension is active, you are considerably stronger. Because stand in that fire, my health bar barely even twitched. You just have to be aware of the fact that you are standing in fire, and as soon as Ascension goes away, you're going to take a lot of damage. That amulet I'm currently wearing, the Of the Grove healing proc, is the only good thing about it. Whereas the Sister's amulet is actually kind of decent, except for the lack of the 7% heal when hit. Let's see how we go. Uncaps our elemental res by 2%, but we could just put the wardstone back on and that'd be fine. Bleeding is still capped without it, so maybe we make an Aether Soul instead. Yeah, I think we do that. Okay, so don't have enough Aether Crystals. Okay, I'm gonna hang on to that, and I will, I think, use it. But also I think I want to keep an eye out for a good amulet. And our metal is probably... Our metal is actually really good. Resistance is life. Yeah, pretty good.
See you around. I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Yeah, we'll keep that. Okay. So we killed Durrani. I'm gonna go do the Slith now. So we'll go take care of the Slith. And Veloth's ring may actually be worth using. It's one of those MIs that's maybe even worth farming a couple of. I'm probably not going to, but I'll have a look at the stats on the elite version. It may be worth farming a couple. I know it's a poison thing, I know it's a Nightblade thing. It very well could be worth farming a decent one. We will see. Okay. Kill off a whole bunch of spiders and keep moving. What do I have that's launching fireballs? I'm actually confused where that fireball came from. There it is, okay. Is that just never triggered before, or have I never noticed it? I didn't think I had any gear on that would be launching fireballs. I thought maybe I might have... I think my weapon has like a poison nova on hit. Yeah, when hit, okay. But yeah, the fireball was surprising. Okay, do we get the totem in here? Doesn't look like it. Which is unfortunate. There's that fireball again. I guess I just never noticed it, because I think I've been wearing those shoulders for a while. Okay, we'll kill off our friends. Shredder resists, make me do more damage, push all the buttons. I'm going to use Ascension as well, because why not? Okay, and did drop the ring. So, let me see here. Flat poison is nice enough. +3 to Amaryst's Blade Burst, +3 to Path of the 3. Okay, so it's not a bad ring. I'm definitely not going to farm one though. Shadow Weave legs, I think we have a pair of those. Or had a pair of those. Okay, so that's the next devotion point. I think we take the attack speed first, and let's continue on.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Did I want those legs? Kinda did, didn't I, for that armor? What's that ring? Rubbish. You can have that. And I really need a new necklace. I really like the Grove proc. Although coming up on Honored, I think, is when we get the next quest from this guy. Yeah, so where are we? Devil's Crossing, yeah, so Honored, we'll get another quest from him, which will take us to Hargrave's Isle, and that will be where we can get the +1 to Nightblade. amulet, which is definitely going to be good. Right, +3 skill points. I think we just put them in the bar. It takes Summon Guardians of Empyrean. These don't look amazing at first glance, but this minus physical, elemental, and bleeding resist. When you take Scion of Drig, that physical, so minus 3% physical, becomes minus vitality, and the elemental becomes minus poison acid. So 1 point in here, and suddenly they are shredding resistances that we care about. Right. Let us continue. From the Birch Village, we're going to go to the docks. I think our chest piece is not actually amazing. Resistances on it are pretty good though, so I think it'll be hard to replace. But we may have to just for armor. Armor's another one of those stats that a lot of new people, and even some veterans actually, tend to neglect. Armor is definitely not a stat you want to ignore. Okay, so we come up to the docks here. There'll be a bunch of stuff for us to kill, and need to collect some fabric again. Is there one here? Nope. Let's just see. Okay. You know what? We're gonna kill this. Here we go. Here's our last one. Alright. I see a shrine there. Let's go do that. Forsaken Aether Warped. Yeah, this will be fine. Getting a few of the Malmo Aether Warped, which is not ideal. These are considerably stronger than your regular garden variety Aether Spawn. Okay, Mantle of the Weeping Eye we've had before. It's not awful, but it's not amazing either from memory. Let's have a quick look. Armor downgrade, cold and aether damage. Yeah, it's rubbish. I shouldn't say it's rubbish. It's not good for this build. It's rubbish. Right, there's our next shrine. Let's see if we can take the direct route. Yep, we got the easy one. Okay, good. So, let's have our little fight here. If you ever find yourself taking a ton of damage, it's probably because you haven't been killing the little things. So if you just focus on the elites, then the little guys tend to pile up, and they definitely do a lot of damage. Oh, guess he died to poison while I was mid-Shadow Strike. Okay, Rampage. What does that do? Nothing I'm interested in. Devotion points. Okay, Spider. Defensive and Cunning. Offensive cast speed. Okay, we'll take the Cunning. And we may as well go and rescue the apprentice. now we'll go kill Krieg.
That skill's not ready.
The books are downstairs. Okay. There we go. Just eat those and alright, there we go. So moving down into the cellar, the only thing of note in these areas is the Aether Warp totem that I've already said I'm not doing. This totem, it's a lot of damage very quickly. For me, it's not worth the risk on this build. I'm not sure if the episode with the pets where I got to this is aired yet, but I went into this area being all confident, you know, because the build is very strong, but I was definitely overconfident going into this area, and so I was talking smack about how I was just gonna just push the button and, you know, any good build should be able to do this with their eyes closed, and then they just destroyed my pets and I had to run away. I actually had to teleport out. So yeah, I'm just not going to try with this build. The pet build is considerably tankier. This build definitely has more lifesteal, for sure. But has about half the hit points as the pet build. And the pet build has huge amounts of regen. So yeah, I'm just not gonna... I'm not gonna do it. Call me a coward if you like, but we're skipping that one. I guess it does go to show the power of the Archon build that I played first, because with that Archon, and actually also the Death Knight that I did before any of this, that totem was a complete joke. I just killed it, and I don't even remember fighting it, so yeah, it was quite easy on those builds. On this build, I think it would actually kill me. And so we're just not going to. I'm just going to pretend it's not there and walk past it. Alright. So the underground transit. The only things here of note are a devotion shrine and also a whole bunch of aether crystals, which I will be killing because I need some aether crystals for a new component. Where are we at? 46 and 5,000. Okay. So our health is technically above the 100 per level mark, which I do consider to be like the absolute minimum, like an emergency change gear, you need more health kind of level. But I definitely do feel squishy. I don't have an Aether Shard. That is quite unfortunate. So that one, and actually the other shrine that got added in Elite, I also need an Aether Shard for. There's that one. Okay. So we'll put another point in the spider, which I guess is going to have to be that one. Casting speed does nothing for me, so 3% spirit and the same amount of OA, I guess, is good. So I do need another shard, which will hopefully drop on the way to kill Krieg. There's a lot of Aether Crystals here, so fingers crossed we get a drop. I am going to thin the herd, as it were. So satisfying just jumping into a huge pack and watching it melt. Okay, we're done in this little section. As I said, we're going to farm some Aether Crystals. I may actually reset the reset my session and actually farm these for a little bit. I will do that off camera if I do it though. This totem, again, can be quite dangerous. Let's just see what's here. I'm going to fight this, but this may be a mistake. Yeah, we're going to back up. And something's healing him. Oh no, he's reborn. That's fine. Turn the loot off. So yeah, you can see even Forsaken totems are getting a little bit iffy, with them being the Malmo Aetherborn, or what are they actually called? Ethereal Vanguard, yeah. The Ethereal Vanguard are definitely a lot more scary than your average run-of-the-mill Ethereals. Lifestealer Oil, I thought I already had that one. That's fine. That's nice. If that health proc was, or if that health was a proc, if that heal was a proc, there we go. Instead of a thing I have to cast, I would wear those immediately. At one point in Clarity of Purpose. This one is basically just a little bonus for using Ascension. It's not a big deal. Just crystals. Come on, give me a shard. Couple more shots. There's what, 2 more here. And then the Warden, just in front of the Warden's, not cell, he's not in a cell. In front of the Warden's room, there'll be a couple more. And potentially 1 or 2 more on the run to get to him. But chances of getting an Aether Shard are pretty low now. There's one. Go kill that. Nope, just a crystal. That's fine. You can just craft shards, I guess. I really want to do that though, I need the crystals as well. Oh, that's my alarm, time to wake up for work. Coming up on an hour actually, so we may just kill Krieg and call that episode, call that the end of the episode rather. I'm running out of time unfortunately. Alright, let's just push on. So, just coming up here to Krieg, I am going to try and lure a lot of these guys out, because if I can get them stuck in the doorway, if I can get back to the doorway, You know what, doesn't matter. Kill the crystals, kill the Krieg. Don't think we're gonna get a shard here. Last chance. Nope, no shard. That's unfortunate. Alright, so we'll go kill Krieg. I do want to make a quick stop in town beforehand though. My Aether res is low, so I want to get a potion if I have one. And if I don't have one, I want to make one if I can.
I'll keep your stash safe.
That's cold. Cold. Okay, yeah, I don't have one.
Got any more scrap metal?
And I can't make one, that's unfortunate. Right. Well, that being the case, make an Aether Soul, which is here. Did I sell that amulet? No, I didn't. There it is. Chuck that on here, and there we go. So Ellie resist is uncapped now, but Aether is considerably better. And not quite so scared of Krieg anymore. Still a little bit scared, you know. See how we go in his first form, should be fine. Yeah, so first form's a bit of a joke. See how we go in his second form. I would have expected more procs, but anyway, didn't get it. Okay, used Ascension there, and I'm gonna keep Pneumatic Burst for when he does his stomp, instantly heal back up. I also have the health pot available as well. Hopefully I won't need it. Yeah, now we're good. Don't stand in the poison. Jarovic's Bite is Aether. Okay. That's fine. We'll pop his chest. Demon Bane leg plates. What do we got? Physical damage. Armor. Pierce Vitality. Resilience and Chaos Nova when hit. These are actually not awful. The armor on them is ridiculous. So I'm tempted to wear them just for the armor alone. Especially because our pants are basically 20% LE res and nothing else. So I think I will wear these. And I'll have to fix the elemental resistances some other way. Potentially, I was going to say potentially with an amulet, but we already have a bunch of resistances from there. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to fix that. How's the armor on our gear looking? Is there anything particularly low? Not really. Boots could maybe use an upgrade. I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that, but I know I definitely want those. But as I said, I was running out of time, and coming up on an hour already for this video, so I'm going to call it here. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.